Christ is risen. Easter is here. For those of us who are followers of Jesus, we believe that when the seal of the political oppression on that tomb was broken, when the stone was rolled away, when the guards who wielded the hammer and guarded the tomb were set aside, that Jesus Christ came breaking forth in new resurrected life. We believe that it is this resurrection moment that continues to ripple across the contours of history, calling to us, changing us. This year I've been meditating on the response of the women who came to the tomb and found it empty. And Matthew 28 describes that the women hurried away from the tomb, afraid, yet filled with joy. This Easter, would you once again be filled with joy? Joy that is found in Jesus Christ. Joy that defeats the penalty of death, shatters the chains of death, and makes temporary the forces of death. Joy in Jesus Christ that rescues sinners like me, like every one of us. Joy that rescues. Joy that transforms death and defeat into new life. The Gospel of Matthew begins and ends with men and women finding in Jesus joy. In Matthew chapter 2, the wise men follow the star to the house where Jesus was staying as an infant. And when they find that house, the scriptures record they were overjoyed. Here in the final chapter of the gospel are the women who are leaving the empty tomb of Jesus filled with joy. When we turn to Jesus with our doubts, with our fears, with our uncertainties, with our questions, with our own individual personal journeys, we can find joy. And this Easter, I pray that each one of us will be renewed with joy right now in your life. Choose joy. And having found that joy, will we share? For those of us who are followers of Jesus, we have been given a message of joy. The Gospel of Matthew is framed by this message of joy. And all four of the Gospels give us a portrait of women as the first evangelists. Women as the first to share that in Jesus Christ, He is risen and new life is possible in Him. Women who chose to share in joy rather than guards who silently observed and chose personal wealth and well-being. Women who chose to share in joy rather than religious and cultural leaders who chose privilege and position. Women who chose to share in joy even when they faced fear and rejection. Women who did not have all the answers or all the methods, but were filled with an overwhelming message of joy. This Easter, would you share that joy with someone else? The joy found in personal forgiveness and in societies transformed by justice is a powerful message. Share the faith. Share the faith in joy. From our neighborhoods to the nations, from our personal families to all peoples and all places, share the faith. Embrace the model of these first evangelists, women filled with fear, filled with trembling and uncertainty, and yet who shared in joy. Let each one of us in our spheres of influence intentionally, joyfully share the gospel. Every one of us an evangelist. From all of us at the Baptist World Alliance, a family found in 125 countries and territories, may you be filled with joy right now. Wherever you're at, whatever you're facing, may you be filled with joy in Jesus. Choose joy. Choose to share. Happy Easter.